Welcome back to Mad Monkey News, your one-stop shop for all upcoming games and DLC content. Today we're going to be taking a quick peek at Redfall that is currently being developed by Arkane Studios and is slated for a summer 2022 release on Xbox and PC only. And since Microsoft has purchased Bethesda, you can probably count on all future releases to follow suit. But whether or not you'll be able to play this game on day one, it is still something to be appreciated because it looks like Arkane has really went the extra mile with this open world solo or 4-player co-op vampire shooter that brings some new twists to this AAA gaming industry, as scientists have created vampires that are now running wild on the streets and cult members worship them as gods, while most of the world is still oblivious to the truth about what's happening on their streets at night. And you play as a member of a ragtag team that is fighting against this evil scientific experiment gone wrong and the cult members desperate to protect their new masters. Every member of this unique group has their own personalities and brings something special to the team. You have Layla Ellison, who is one of the youngest members of the team, but is also one of the toughest with her strong wit and wildly powerful telekinetic abilities that we see displayed throughout the trailer, with what looks like a conjured elevator that allows her and other team members to use. And her abilities to levitate and move objects with her mind makes her one of the strongest members of the team for sure. Then we see Remy De La Rosa, who is the combat engineer with the robotic companion at her side during combat. And even though we don't get a really good look at what her robot can do, we can expect it to be some sort of support for the group, making her more of a defensive or possibly even a healer for the team. And this brings us to Jacob Boyer, who is the ex-military sharpshooter that appears to have the ability to vanish for a period of time, and with his mysterious-looking vampiric eye, I wonder if maybe he was part of the experiment that made the rest of the vampires. In any case, if you need to locate him on the battlefield, just have a look out for his raven circling overhead, which I'm assuming will have something to do with possibly marking targets for the group, or maybe even giving the player the ability to take control for additional scouting or attack abilities. And finally, we have Devinder Krausley, the team's inventor / internet famous paranormal investigator who is trying to prove to the world that vampires are real, but seems to get his team into a lot of trouble in the process. Now, it wasn't really clear on what his abilities were, but since he is an inventor, I'd say it's probably safe to say he'll utilize a lot of crafted gadgets and maybe even some of the really cool weapons that we saw, like the UV light blaster or stake shooting rifle. So no matter if you want to charge into combat like Remy or get high and provide overwatch for the team as Jacob, you will be able to play all 4 characters. And it's not yet clear whether or not each character will have a progressive leveling system or not, but I would say it's safe to assume that as you progress through the game, you will have the ability to unlock new and unique skills, weapons, and abilities at the very least. Of course, it would be nice to see a lot of customization for your character's appearance as far as the clothing and armor goes, but we'll have to wait and see if that's something they're going to include in the released version of this game. However, what has been confirmed is that players will be able to utilize whatever weapons they wish, so don't worry about being forced to use just a sniper with Jacob or a stake-flinging rifle with Dev. You will have the freedom to choose how you wish to play each character and what weapons you wish to use during your many playthroughs, but it is important to reiterate that it's not going to be your normal run-and-gun shooter game. Players will need to work together and strategize in order to be successful against the vampire and cult hordes hellbent on world domination. So make sure to keep an eye out for more information on this vampire shooter game from Arkane Studios. Thanks for watching Mad Monkey News. Till next time, keep on gaming.